Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, real estate fans, avid listeners alike, and great people on your way to church this Sunday morning. Thanks so very much for tuning in. My name's Erik Hatch with Hatch Realty. I get the pleasure of being your host today on Real Estate Radio. Now, if you want to stop by and see us, I would love for you to do so. 1205 16th Avenue South is where we're located. Again, 1205 16th Avenue South. So if you can't decide which hospital to go to and you're on University, there's Essentia and Sanford all in the same building. If you get confused, well, heck, come by a house. It's going to make life a lot easier for you. And we maybe can't solve your hospital needs, but by golly, we're going to solve your housing needs, which is great. So just north of Essentia and Sanford there on University. Now, at the top of the hour, I get to share with you a couple of things. First of all, today is the last day of the Parade of Homes. 12 to 5, there's over 90 houses for you to take a look at through the community, and it's a really great opportunity for you to see some beautiful homes. So whether you just need some staging ideas, you want to see what builders are doing, how far a dollar can go in the community today, or if you're actually looking to buy or to sell, come on out. And in fact, you can find us at a couple of houses in the parade. Now, I just got back from San Diego, and San Diego was a really, really absurdly good experience. I'm in a group called RATE, Radio and Television Experts, and so I get to go with other people who are doing radio like I am, but from around the rest of the country. Typically, we're the number one or top agent in that market, and I get the pleasure of being the top agent in all of North Dakota. And so with that, I've connected with some great people, and we had Mr. Wonderful himself, Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, as our guest. I got a chance to chat with Kevin a little bit, and we listened to him talk and present. Now, last year from Shark Tank, we got a chance to hear from Barbara Corcoran, who is not only a real estate mogul, but a shark as well on Shark Tank. And what a contrast those two are from one another. Barbara said, you know, with your team, with your family, you should be having fun, you should be laughing. Business should be playful and fun. Now, Mr. Wonderful Kevin O'Leary said, business is business. Friends are not your employees. There should be a divided line there. He even said he would fire his own mother. So Kevin O'Leary is, I think he hammed it up a little bit, but he's very much a cutting-edge businessman. And Barbara Corcoran on the opposite side is more of a let's laugh through what we're doing as a business person. There's no right way to do it. There's no wrong way to do it. But I believe that they both are inherently successful. So whatever we choose to do, I can tell you I lean more on Barbara's side of laughing and playing as we go forward with this. And so I get a chance to have a team that we're just silly and playful with, but we work inherently hard as well. So let's talk. I want you to meet this team that I just spoke of. 701-369-4839 or head to livefargomoorhead.com to find out what your home is worth. But first things first, let's find out what's happening with real estate news this week. In studio with us today, the man, the myth, the legend, the adorable, the insatiable, the intelligent, the handsome, the long-haired, the beautiful Otis Spiess. My godson, 9 years old, just gave the camera in studio the peace sign. So glad you're using two fingers today, Otis. Hey, great to have you in studio with us. Tell us about yourself, Otis. You are how old again?
9 years old.
9 years old, and you go to school where?
Dakota Montessori.
So, you were just on the news this week, right?
Yeah.
What channel?
Channel 6.
Channel 6. And why would they put a 9-year-old on the news?
Because I interviewed the mayor.
So hold up. So you're 9 years old and you interviewed the mayor of Argusville, the mayor of Glendon. Which mayor?
Oh, Fargo.
Oh, Fargo. So the newly elected mayor, Tim Mahoney. And what questions did you ask Tim?
I asked him what is the mayor's job, how much money does he make, does he have a second job, that kind of stuff.
So you've interviewed the mayor. Who else have you interviewed?
I've interviewed Al Jagger, Senator Heitkamp, Senator Hoven, Jacob Manley.
That's more impressive than the people I've talked to in my entire life. I have to talk to our sound guy Dan the whole time, and he's a good guy, but he's no John Hoven, right? So Otis, you're 9 years old and you're interviewing all these people, and you're here today to promote an expo that you have coming up. Tell me about this expo.
Well,
what's it called?
Kids in Capitalism.
Okay, Kids in Capitalism, and tell me about the expo. What do you do? When is it?
It's on May 16th, and there's going to be a roundtable session, a kidpreneur kitchen, a farmer's market, an artist den, and there's gonna be some extra stuff that.
So what happens though, and I know your mom doesn't want you to talk about this, but this is my favorite part. What happens after the expo that night?
Wrestling!
Wrestling! Now, your dad and I used to work at a restaurant together in North Fargo called The Shack. Has he ever taken you to The Shack?
Oh, yeah. It's delicious.
It sure is. And we worked together there, and we used to wrestle one another after the place closed. We moved tables to the side, and we practiced wrestling on one another. What do you think of that?
I think that's weird.
I do too. I do too. Again, in studio with us, Otis Thompson-Spiess and his mom, Lori Thompson. We're talking about the Kids in Capitalism Expo coming up on May 16th. And Lori, can you give us a couple extra details that maybe we left out here?
Yeah, the expo is going to be a really great opportunity for you to come out with your entire family. If you have kids or you know kids that are entrepreneurial in spirit, this is the perfect place for them to experience different family businesses, small businesses, trades, and just all kinds of opportunities to get their feet wet and kind of have conversations with small business owners and entrepreneurs who are doing it. And we'll be there to mentor and have some roundtable sessions. And so we're really excited. It's a free will admission, so it's not going to cost you very much to have a lot of fun. And hopefully when we're done with the session and you've had some delicious food at the Kidtrepreneur Kitchen, you can stay for the AWF wrestling event, which will be televised in the Twin Cities, and it actually comes all the way out to Hawley, Minnesota. So
that's wild. So what an eclectic, interesting combination of things. Only Jason and Lori can throw together something that is a Kids and Capitalism Entrepreneurial Expo and wrestling.
Well, and we're calling it Work Hard, Play Hard, right?
Yeah, no, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Otis, what are you most looking forward to during the expo?
I gotta say the wrestling.
The wrestling. And who's coming to wrestle? Do you remember?
Yeah, Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake. He's going to shave somebody's head, right?
Yeah, little kids.
Would you let him shave your head? No. Now, Otis, your hair is at least 6 feet in length or something. It's really, really long. But we just have a quick minute here. Otis, what advice would you give to kids like yourself who are thinking about going? Do you think they should go to the expo?
Yes.
How come? What can they learn?
Well, there's really fun stuff at the expo, and there's going to be a concession stand, and there's wrestling, so
yeah.
That gives them one reason to come.
And I get to be there as well. I get to help and speak and share some of my advice and tips on how to be a successful business person. And I can't wait to share that with you. If you could see this right now, people on air, Otis, God bless him, early this morning is just yawning through this interview.
I'm
so I love it.
My mom made me get up at 6.
Oh, life is rough, buddy. Otis and Lori, thanks for being in studio with us. Everybody, go to the Kids in Capitalism Expo, May 16th at the Southwest Arena. Don't miss it. And in the meantime, go to livefargomoorhead.com to find out what your home is worth. This is Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch, and right after the break, I have an exciting story coming up for you. Stick around. Welcome back to Real Estate Radio. As always, I'm your host, Erik Hatch, and I want to speak specifically to people out there who love their job. If you love your job, or even if you don't love your job, we are in a growing phase. And I don't need anybody for today or tomorrow. So if you're listening and you're thinking, maybe I'd like to get involved in real estate, whether it be on the admin side or the sales side, and I've listened to Erik, and he sounds handsome on the air, and so I probably want to hang out with him, those types of things. In all seriousness, we are looking for beefing up for 2016. I know that's a long ways away, but to get your real estate license takes 2 to 4 to 5 months. I mean, it all depends. But if you're curious about real estate, if you are interested in possibly being a realtor, now I want to put a couple of parameters around this. I need somebody who, number one, is a culture fit. If you aren't a work hard, play hard type of person, I'm not sure that we would be the right fit for one another. If you're not the type of person who is willing to, as a salesperson, put in the extra hours, our busy season, which we're in right now, is having our agents work 10, 12, 14 hours a day. But we always say it's family first. With my company, we always want to say that God and family come first and business comes second. But you need to put those priorities in order, and then from there, give yourself the right parameters of what kind of hours are you going to work and what kind of investment are you going to make in a business. But if you're interested in making a great life for yourself, being a part of an insatiably wonderful company, And on top of that, if you want to make a nice living as well, there's a great opportunity for you. But I hire very slowly. I fire very quickly. Slow to hire, quick to fire. And in that as well, we want to make sure that this is the right fit for you. But if you've ever thought about real estate as a career, whether it be on the admin side or the sales side, we might be a nice fit for one another. We have currently 23 people on our team, and if my math serves me correctly, we need to add a whole heaping load of people this time next year in order to continue with our goals and our pace where we want to go. So I would love to hear from you if you're interested in even finding out about a career in real estate. You can reach me at 369-4839 or head to livefargomoorhead.com, and also check out a little bit about our team. You'll see that this team is motivated and aggressive and wonderfully warm as well, and a heck of a lot of fun. So again, livefargomoorhead.com to check out our team or to contact us about a possible job opportunity. It's time now for the Erik Hatch Team's Picks of the Week here on Real Estate Radio. Each week I have some deals I don't want you to miss out on, and so now is the time for you to go online at livefargomoorhead.com to check these out for yourself. But I'm going to deliver them for you also in the most luxurious of ways before we get to our final segment that has maybe my favorite story we've ever told. So stick around for that, absolutely. But here in Deer Creek, which is very southwest Fargo at 6121 55th Avenue South, I have a fabulous 3-level split home. It's 3 stalls, it's 4 bedrooms, it's 3 bathrooms. You get 3 levels of living, no rear neighbors, and new construction. Not brand new, because brand new can sometimes cost you an arm and a leg, but you can instead get something that has been lived in just a couple of years where everything still feels shiny and nice. Now this house, for $300,000 is a heck of a home. You're going to love the upgrades that the clients chose. The sellers have done a meticulous job of making sure that their house shines around every corner. And so if you want to live in a newer area but not have people right on top of you, there's no rear neighbors here. So again, 6121 55th Avenue South for $300,000. If you are 55 or older and you need to get into maybe a place that's a little quieter, less kids, you want to simplify your life, at 4326 Redwood Lane South, we have this beautiful home that's in a 55-plus community. Now, oftentimes people say that when they're getting older, they're choosing to downsize. Well, downsize no more, because this is still 1,676 square feet of house, and yet it just has 2 bedrooms. So understand, 2 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a great bonus room. So if you're feeling cramped during the holidays or you're hosting family, you're going to have room for people to run and play. And then on an average, everyday type of rotation for you, you're not going to have too much house. That's too much to clean and for you to wander and not use. It's a perfect blend. And for this price of $355,000, this 55 and older community is probably right up your alley. And finally, we talked about the parade of homes, and we have one house I want you to check out. It's at 4264 Ponderosa Place South. That's in the Pines, which is just west of Walmart's on 52nd Avenue. So check it out. $369,900 is the price. 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a huge 3-stall garage, no rear neighbors. This house is spectacular. You can check out all our listings and more at livefargomoorhead.com, or to have your very own home featured on Real Estate Radio, give us a call at 369-4839. Imagine, if you will, that you've been trying to sell your house for 8 years. You live in a beautiful place, and it's valued at over $500,000. In fact, when it was on the market last year, the sellers had it on the market for $650,000. So you have an expensive house in a great neighborhood, but it just doesn't seem to sell, and you've been trying off and on for 8 years to sell your house to no avail. Well, in comes Hatch Realty, and we give you a call, we get it set up, and with some reluctance, you decide to put your house on the market, not sure that this is going to be different. Oftentimes people will blame the market, but I say it's not the market, it's always the marketing. And so we went in with this house. We marketed it to our heart's content. I even talked about it on the radio a week or 2 ago. And in less than 2 weeks, this house got sold for over asking price. These sellers have been trying for 8 years to get out of their house. And imagine that emotional stress and pain that can create in your life. They're looking to downsize and to simplify their life, and it was all tied up with this house. Well, Hatch Realty and our team went to work. We marketed it as best as we could, and we helped to tell the story that the house deserved to tell. And sure enough, we got the sellers $5,000 over the asking price. Where they're expecting to get beat up because it's been on and off the market, here they got $5,000 over the asking price in less than 2 weeks with us. This story happens all the time for us, and I can't wait for this story to happen for you as well. So if you're trying to sell your house and it's not listed with someone else, but it has been previously, or if you're even thinking of selling your house, boy, give us a call, and we'd love to make this your next success story. 369-4839, or to find out an estimate of what your home is worth, go to livefargomoorhead.com. Hatch Realty, we want to be in the business of helping people and sell real estate as a caveat. And we think that our success is simply what we do, and that's in the business of what we are, is in marketing and servicing and creating success. And we think that sales are going to be a byproduct of that. And our great friends out in Horace with this new sale are our next success story, and we're so thankful for it. Now, let's have yours be the next one. One last time, 369-4839, or go to livefargomoorhead.com. And thanks so very much for listening to Real Estate Radio. I've been your host, Erik Hatch, this morning on the Mighty 790 KFGO.